Injured here, 3v3 faction war. This is Estia Province and Space Marines versus Orks of the blue Space Marine team. We have two Apothecaries. First up is the Tenso, and we've got Gemeral problem. These guys start off in melee combat support heroes that start with a heal and a passive health regeneration aura alongside them. And rounding off this blue team is Fritz with a Techmarine. Starts off ranged combat, can also support the structures and repair. Looks like we have Ultramarines DLC. Red Orks is Arseman, also known as Hunter, with a Mekboy. Teleporting hero that fights in ranged combat, lots of good orky gadgets, giving him strong versatility, grabbing that contested VP. Alongside here, Ziil is a Warboss, a melee hero that can walk through objects, very good offense, disruption and support from the front line, blood axes with the little caps. And rounding off the teams, Mitch the Ninja is a Kommando, infiltrating hero that shoots you, stabs you and blows you up. Orky style, begins ranged combat with a twin link shooter. Taking some pops at the Techmarine there, expect a scout sergeant on that side then. Oh, the Apothecary's over here. Looks like Gemeral is attempting a split, which can be very effective in a 3v3 if you have a mid player that can split very well. Might be tough for Space Marines this early though to do. Most likely going to get overrun in this west side. But we'll see how the east side goes with the Apothecary helping out. Splitting can really help you push against those powers early on, since you can outnumber one side and perhaps hold your own on the other. That's the idea, but I'm not sure if they're going to be able to handle it against all these sluggers of Hunter. Triple sluggers up here. I mean, he could teleport in with electric armor or something, and then triple sluggers come in and mop up. Apothecary could respond with purification vials. The scouts of Gemeral got pretty low. They do have shotguns though. But the Space Marines pushing through on the east side. Can they defend their power though? Apothecary getting stuck in with a special. Mekboy tying up tactical marines, and here comes a Warboss. Heal thrown out on the scouts. Apothecary still getting stuck in. Good special again, and purification vials are on the way. Shotgun blast. Warboss is not pleased. We might see a throw before he's forced to retreat here. Purification vials are up. Uh-oh, might go down. Does throw it. That could kill those sluggers. Very nearly. I think that was worth throwing. He's going to get revived. Eastern power is blue on the contested. And we got full gens up on the naturals for the Space Marine players. So they are going straight into tier 1.5 units most likely. So Assault Marines or Devs or both. Scouts getting all the way through onto the natural for Gemeral, but here comes Shooter Boys, and they can melt scouts. Although these guys with shotguns might have been able to deal with them because those are unupgraded shooters. Mastercrafted bolter in play for the Techmarine very early. But look at his stack up. You can't stand outside of cover against Shooter Boys with tier 1 units in general. Scouts here get their sergeant and shotguns so they can spot the sneaky Kommando knob. We've also got a detector for the Orks in the form of that Shooter Boy knob leader. It's only light cover tactical marines, that could be bad. High powered shot goes in on the sluggers. Tactical marines though drop a model there, and here's a flank from Ziil, targeting those scouts. Uh-oh, Techmarine's gonna fall, and Orks defend their power, push right through there. Okay, all the WAAAGH banners for Hunter. All burners up on the sluggers too. Devastators? Yeah, Devastators for Tenso. And do they have that double shotguns? They do. So they are set up to stop this tide of sluggers. We'll see if they can do it. Mekboy teleports in, but not on the devs. And there's electric armor. Couldn't follow it up really well. Scouts dropped there. Now has followed it up. Devs now doing their thing, suppressing the sluggers. Did not see a purification throw there. I don't think they had the energy to do so. There's full auto on the Warboss's face, who has the Bang Bang Hammer ready to buff up all those Ork boys and the Angry Bits. It's a great weapon in its own right too. 75 melee DPS. That radius 28 buff there. Apothecary spots some heresy in the form of WAAAGH banners. Goes after him. We're going to see a revive here, are we? Yeah, the Mekboy went down. Eastern side, power being bashed. Looks like they had gens over there. Fritz down to a single tactical marine squad. Gemeral problem goes tier 2. Storm Boys on the way for ziil. Got some sneaky scouts doing stuff. What is this? Tactical Marines being targeted from behind, but they do take cover. Mekboy gets onto the VP, and here comes the Warboss. Wow. Seemed to attack twice very quickly there, the Warboss, as he rotated. Tactical Marines get caught. Warboss goes a charging and gets onto the devs. Gonna see a shotgun blast. Oh, it might be 60 energy. Warboss was on full beast mode there. Apothecary tossed aside and is down at level 2. We see a revive over here from Gemeral, which levels the Apothecary to 3 in 292, of course. He gets a better heal every level rather than every 2 levels. Attacks with a Sergeant queued up for Gemeral. Oh, Fritz, I think, must have drop podded. Yeah, another Tactical Marine squad in. Can they bash the power now? Don't see any flamers. Slightly underutilized tactical flamers in 3v3s, I think. Dark Cricker was always great at that. Like, barely scrape through an engagement or something in tier 1 with Space Marines, and then all of a sudden you're getting bashed, your entire power goes down. Storm Boy's taking a whole bunch of shotgun shots. Miraculously only dropped 1 model there. What's going on? Are you sure those are Storm Boys? Tier 2 all around. Gemeral is already there. Looks like ziil was the last player to go, having purchased those Storm Boys. All these WAAAGH banners are still up. Apothecary still down. But here comes a Gemeral problem. You can revive from range with an Apothecary by using your heal. But it gets the allied player up with very little health. Also doesn't give you XP. But in an emergency, it's pretty good. Option to have. Warboss is looking mean. These Tactical Marines want no part of that guy in melee combat right now. War Truck on the way for Hunter. Support those sluggers. Would have liked to have seen the Pain Boy up in tier 1, but they did spend a bunch of power on burners and stuff. Shooters help take out some scouts. Couldn't quite wipe them though. Might see a big engagement here at the start of tier 2. Sluggers have their knob leader over here. But only one of them does. Plasma gun shot getting in there and killing an Ork from these Tactical Marines. Tank busters for Mitch. Whirlwind for Tenso. They are bashing the WAAAGH banners. Not sure why ziil did not move in there. Perhaps because their ally was forced off at that exact moment. Devastators may need to reface. War Truck's going to drive through the firing arc and they just retreat out of there. I think they know there's something inside. There's at least 1 slugger squad in there. In fact, 2 of them are inside the truck. It's bad news. There's a drive behind your Devastators and a wreck 'em. Full power bash here by Mitch. Techmarine again almost gets shot down by shooters. Look at the backup. Even attacks with sergeants are getting shredded. Missile launcher misses. Why did you get double missile launchers over here? That is an odd one. There's no vehicles. Very strange. Here's a Razorback to support them. Uh-oh. Upgraded sluggers and Storm Boys get onto Gemeral problem, who has improved medical equipment, armor of the Apothecarian, and customized Storm Bolts. Are going to get some XP for reviving the Techmarine too. Might level him to 5, in fact. Drop pod comes in. More Tactical Marines. Can the Space Marines get their late game ball rolling here? We do have a Dreadnought for Tenso in its default melee state. 2-to-1 cap at the moment for the Orks, but they do have some VPs to make up. Space Marines have stayed solid on the VPs despite losing some stuff in tier 1. Scouts couldn't quite get that bash done on that generator. Now they're sad. Apothecary did hit level 5. And Techmarine's back up. Needs to be a little bit more careful with positioning this guy. Getting some repairs on the Razorback. Tank busters doing their thing now. Man, that was a lot of damage. Get another volley. 1 more would do it. It needs to get them moving though. As soon as they fired that volley, you needed to manually start moving the tank busters there. couldn't quite get that last shot. Full auto on the Kommando gets him out of there, but now they have a Warboss to deal with. Uh-oh, war truck full of sluggers. All fully upgraded. That is terrifying. And Gemeral leaves. Promptly leaves. Power bashing again. Just a node there to bash. Orks seem to be able to push through at their leisure on the east side, but the western natural contested VP is still blue. Dreadnought getting too close to enemy territory. Double tank busters here for Hunter. And there's a barrage. Doesn't hit anything, but here's sluggers piling out of the war truck again. Uh-oh. Beamy death gun on the Dreadnought from looters. Down it goes. Just the tide of greenskins here. That's pretty scary. Because, you know, devastators and stuff go out the window and there's just a war truck full of them. You need to be really quick with your scout shotguns or something. Beautiful grenade. Tried to dodge it, but I think they dropped 3 models there. Stone Guard veterans for the Tenso. Power bash by the Orks. Looking pretty strong here. This war truck is doing wonders. They cannot stop these bashes, they're too quick. Uh-oh. Scouts taking so much damage. Might need to heal them. Looks like they're going to be okay. 464 to 223. I think the war truck's big shooter had its damage nerfed in 292. I think. Again, no real answer for the sluggers piling out of the war truck. Purification vials would be good, but Gemeral doesn't have them. They've gone for a full support build. 445 to 223. Razorback of Fritz trying to do some work on the natural VP of the Orks, but here comes Stormboys. Their knob leader, of course, with a heavy melee weapon. What level is the Warboss right now? Almost level 3. Tank Buster Barrage was trying to predict whether Razorback was going to go. Couldn't quite manage it. Okay, here's one usage for your double missile launchers. You can bash power pretty well. Going to get the node at least, I think. There we go. Piling back in. And the Razorback leaves. Not quite as vicious as a war truck full of sluggers, but it could do some work for you. Speaking of some work for you, Devastators destroying the war truck. We've got some Hellfire rounds loaded in by these Tactical Marine, or the Stone Guard veterans rather. Purification vials. There it is. Might need to retreat the Stone Guard though. And the Apothecary is going to fall. Yes. Sluggers still got through. Scouts here are quartz. Did they throw a grenade? I don't think they did. Just ran away. Fair enough. 396 to 223. Orks have 2 tier 3 players. Fritz just went tier 3. They just haven't given the Space Marines any time to start setting up their powerhouse tier 3. Lots of power bashes, lots of pressure, but they're getting some back here with Fritz on the western side. The Whirlwind of Tenso survives the onslaught of the Stormboys. Librarian on the field now for Gemeral Problem, going for the 4-staff. Already has Psychic Hood. Looted Tank for Mitch. Are these the beamy? Yeah. Guess they can't really go after the Whirlwind very easily. But they're shooting at the Razorback. Tactical Marines trying to pile in there. These guys are left behind. Uh-oh. That Razorback got caught. Did get a full power bash, but kept this Razorback around way too long. He got a bash and then leave. If you're using a transport, pretty much. Especially in the team game, when multiple armies can descend on you in a flash. Looks like they've got a decap over here, the Space Marines. Orks need to try and get this western side back. We have Stern Guard and fully upgraded Tactical Marines alongside a level 7 Apothecary here, fully kitted out. Could be hard to dislodge. War truck on the way, another one for Hunter. Tier 3 for ziil. Fritz is there, but has no resources to get anything cool. Although, That's enough red for a Venerable Dreadnought. I want to see one. Not sure how smart that play is with double tank busters and beamy looters and stuff, but don't need to be smart to have a Venerable Dreadnought. Just get one. Fritz, I guess he's going to try and push up the east side and bash now without the Razorback. Perhaps just waiting for Terminators instead of the Venerable, which is a smarter play at the moment, I think. Two Stone Guard, level 2 and level 1. Kicking off on the west side. Oh, there's the Mega Rumbler. There's that rumble. Looted tank is taking missile shots from Fritz, who has transitioned to the mid. Whirlwind helping out in these fights. There's a good Purification Vials throw by Tenso. Sluggers getting through though, we've seen it so often in this game. Just able to brute force their way to where they want to go. In this case, onto the Devastators. Gemeral can't stand against the Sluggers. No Assault Marines to try and fight them head on, maybe with like Purification Rites support or something. Sluggers just going after a Whirlwind now. East side. Power Bash, oh they got the node. We do have a Rocket Launcher Kommando. So any type of vehicle could be a really bad choice. It's like 3 tank busters, a beamy looter, and now this thing, which is nuts. 180 damage per shot. And something that can sneak around. Devastator's in big trouble. Storm Boys, though, knocked down by the Whirlwind. The Whirlwind came through when they needed it. Oh, can they kill these Storm Boys now? I think they can, you know. Have to retreat through a whole bunch of Hellfire, and they went down. Whirlwind, sorry, the Librarian doing some work there with a Force Barrier. Smite thrown out too. Those Shooter Boys didn't want any part of the fight after that. Can reinforce off the War Truck though. If they get close enough, that is. Tier 3 all round. We see some Commandos for Mitch. And of course that looted tank. Power Bash though from Fritz, who does have some Terminators up. They're going for the Cyclone Missile Launcher. Powerful anti-vehicle war gear. Are they going to toss it out right now? They are. It's got a long wind-up animation. There we go. Got a few hits on the tank. Now tries to go in with the double Tactical Marines and gets the tank down. The Techmarine did fall. Now the Terminators might need to teleport out. There we go. West side is blue. 2-1 for the Space Marines. Orks losing another War Truck. There is a Mega Rumbler. And we have a BB Def Gun for the Mekboy himself. It's a massive amounts of anti-vehicle potential in the red Orky team. Down goes the Whirlwind. And Orks can take the west side. Feels like they haven't had it for a while. Warboss, oh, messes up his charge a little bit. Full auto on his face. Techmarine was revived again. And we have a level 9 Apothecary for Gemeral. Uh-oh, rocks. No Angels of Death. Tries to just dodge it and does get away pretty well. Techmarine's kind of standing around in there. Gemeral was forced to push forward because of the rocks. Librarian gets away. Handled it quite well there. Gemeral problem, and there's the advanced healing. Slows the Apothecary down though, as you can see. High powered shot on those sluggers. Apothecary gets very low. Some more advanced healing. Trying to keep things in play. Apothecary has to retreat now. Still have Stone Guard and Tactical Marines though. Keeping the sluggers at bay, and Terminators standing their ground. Those Storm Bolters hurt. I think they're around 40 or 45 piercing DPS per Storm Bolter, which is a hell of a lot. Piercing damage. That's like 3 Tactical Marines in your arm. I think it's around that. Land Raider Redeemer on the way for Gemeral problem. Knob Squad and a Battle Wagon too for the Orks. Power bashing scouts. There's the remains of that Razorback. Not sure why the Mekboy is setting up with a beamy. It's scouts. Go and punch them. Can any of the missiles hit? Oh, I think one little volley hit there. Couldn't quite get the power bash done. But they started it. Space Marines have the west side though, and look at the map. All of a sudden, Space Marines coming through very strong. Orks just unable to stay in the engagements for long. They really have to get their damage on quickly, and they need to focus this Apothecary down way more. He's level 10. Has a very powerful heal, has tons of energy. They need to focus fire that guy. And sometimes lose sight of those Apothecaries and how much work they do in the 3v3. Here he is. Look at him sprinting through with Armor of the Apothecarian. They're on him. Can't quite get all those sluggers into combat though. And there's a massive heal. Look how much that healed him for. Apothecary does get away, I think. Yes, survives. Despite triple sluggers on him. There's the battle wagon. There's the Nob Squad. Bad news for this Techmarine who's gone melee mode. Axe of the Mechanicum, Bionics, and Refractor Field. Nob Squad will smack him down though, you gotta think. There's that Cyclone Missile Launcher. Yep, Techmarine falls. Big old Zap Gun shot. Nob Squad piling through. But we do have at least one Plasma Gun, don't we? Yeah, these fellas have a Plasma Gun and a level 4. Lots of damage potential against those knobs. 319 to 62. Orks have the double cap, but they've got a lot of VPs to make up here and not a lot to hold on to. Kommando pushing through the mid. It's Mitch the Ninja capping. Need to do a whole bunch more of that. Meanwhile, sneaky scouts of Gemeral, who's always had their eye on his natural VP, get some decapping of their own. Orks have spotted it and they're not happy. As soon as they start capping, they'll be revealed. There we go. And Gates of Infinity gets them out of there. Meanwhile, they're teleported right into a fight with sluggers. Looks like they're going to be okay. Orks will take their natural back, and Space Marines will take theirs back and take down the Kommando Nob. West side, Apothecary is knocked off the cap. Decent usage of your tank busters there. We do have some Terminators with the Tenso. Flash Kits just hit the field for Mitch. Vengeance rounds at that range, not a huge threat to the battle wagon, especially with repair support. I like this build from Hunter. Sluggers, rockets, and a massive weird vehicle. What else do you want? Looks like they're going to force the Space Marines off here. A late Sanguine Chainsword from the Tenso. The vials go out. Dodge though, by getting inside the battle wagon. And Orks defend their VP. They have pushed back pretty well here. But there's a Land Raider Redeemer for Gemeral. Support vehicle for Space Marines basically acts as a mobile base. Can retreat back to it, which gives you massive sustained potential in the field. Warboss charging through. Pretty good disruption. Nothing really here to help him out though. Oh, it's a battle wagon. Not sure if the Warboss is going to get away. Battle wagon starts running things over. The Warboss did go down. Looks like it's going to be okay. Every player has a Terminator squad now. Well, every Space Marine player has a Terminator squad. Let me rephrase that. Commandos have their Nob leader. 229 to 60. Orks running out of VPs. Look at those flash kits. Almost popped the Librarian's head off there. Techmarine gets in. There's that advanced healing in need to focus fire. The Apothecary's level 10 now. Looks like the Nob squad are going after him. Standing up for those attacks pretty well. Apothecary gets away so fast. Still a 2-to-1 cap. Sluggers being frustrated. Nobs now going after the Land Raider itself, and they do have their E-jammers building up that momentum bonus. That's full momentum, I think. Land Raider taking a lot. But can they finish it off? They're kind of alone here. Pretty much alone. We might see full auto to stun one of them. Oh, they get the Land Raider. Well done, Orks. That was use your choppers from Ziil there to help him out, and does have another Nob squad. Look at this. Getting their huge ammos. Are these fellas going to get away? All down to a single model, but they do get away. And I think that's a Nob leader, right? Yeah. 223 to 23. Exactly 200 VPs to make up. They did get a decap there as well, the Space Marines. Orks have the west side, but for how long? Here comes Gemeral. I mean, getting a Land Raider down is a big deal, but there's still so much to deal with. 4 Terminator squads. A pumped up Apothecary that they need to be on a lot more. Hard boys for the Nobs, going after the Librarian. Can they get him? There's a heal thrown out on him. Hard boys help him to just tank through all this damage. Sneaky commandos. Go on, fellas. Librarian just flees. 213 to 23. Wiles. Oh, forces a big old retreat there from the Sluggers late game. That's pretty useful. His Nob squad are in trouble. Big trouble. Needed to retreat way earlier. They are going to fall. And it looks like the Orks have conceded. There's too much against them here. And Terminators were getting a decap. It was a fun game though. Orks started off so strongly, but Space Marines just creeped back into the game. Gemeral was very strong in the mid. Very strong. And they needed to focus on it. You can't let an Apothecary get that influential. And if they do, they'll make them pay with lots of Daka to the face. Level 5 Techmarine with level 3 Mekboy, level 4 Warboss, and a level 4 Kommando. There you have it, guys. Big thanks to the players for playing and for Impregnable, the host. And I'll see you next time.